Yo, what up Super Squad? It's Jordan here from Zero to Hero Muscle, and in today's training video, I actually wanted to do an updated version of an existing training video already up on the channel. And that training video is the one where I walk you through how to calculate your daily muscle building calories and your daily muscle building macros, so you know how much you need to eat and what you need to eat, fats, carbs, and protein every single day in order to start gaining weight and start building muscle. And I was just reviewing that video and I realized how complicated it actually is because of all the different steps and all the different math equations I make you do. I think I have you doing like 8, 9, or 10 different math equations. But luckily I found some very valuable tools that make this whole process so much easier. No more complicated and boring math equations, no more multiplication, no more long division. None of any of that stuff. Forget all that. These tools make this whole process so much simpler, so much faster, and so much easier because they do all of the hard work for you, which I love because, as I always say, it's all about working smarter, not working harder. These tools have helped cut out all of the fat from this process and shrunk the dozen or so steps down to just 3 simple steps. So we're gonna dive right into it. So open up a new window, a new tab, or pull out your smartphone and open up your browser on there. Anything you could use to follow along and get these numbers calculated for yourself, so once and for all you could find out how much you need to be eating, what you need to be eating every single day so you could start gaining weight and start building muscle. This is where it all starts. This is the most important thing you need to nail down, and nail down fast so you can see your results happen fast. So let's get these muscle building calories and muscle building macros calculated for you. Let's do it. All right, so get a new tab open, and this is where you want to go. The website is bmi-calculator.net/BMR-calculator. And what this is basically going to do is help you calculate your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, which is basically how much energy your body burns just simply by existing. How many calories you need to feed your body if you were to do nothing but rest in bed all day long. Your BMR represents the minimum amount of calories your body needs in order to function. Okay, simple enough, right? So in order to get your BMR calculated, you just enter your attributes right here: your height, your weight, your age, and your sex. So I'm gonna enter my information and go ahead and enter yours as you follow along. So my height, 6 feet. I weigh about 160 right now, 160 pounds, and I am 27 years old. And of course, I am a male. So once you've entered all of your attributes, your height, your weight, your age, and your sex, go ahead and hit that calculate BMR button. And that's exactly what this tool does for you. It's gonna be highlighted right here in green and tell you what your BMR is. And it's telling me my BMR is 1793.6. Now, once you have this number, you're ready to move on to step 2, where you calculate your muscle building calories utilizing the Harris-Benedict equation. And I promise it's nothing like the equations from the other video. It's very, very easy. And you can move on to step 2 by tapping on Harris-Benedict equation. It's right here, right under where you entered all of your attributes. So go ahead and hit that. Now what the Harris-Benedict equation basically is your BMR multiplied by your activity level. And by multiplying those two numbers, you're able to determine your maintenance calories, how many calories you need in order to maintain your current weight. So you would multiply your BMR on a number on this scale based on your own activity level. So figure out which activity level applies to you and multiply the number it has here by your BMR. So again, mine would be my basal metabolic rate of 1793.6 multiplied by 1.55, which represents the moderate activity level. So go ahead and pump that into your calculator. I've got mine right here. So your BMR multiplied by your activity level. And the number you get is your maintenance calories. Very simple, very fast, and very easy. But you're not out just to maintain your current weight. You want to build muscle, you want to gain weight. So all you really have to do is take this caloric maintenance number and push it into a caloric surplus number. Now, how do you do that? You just add calories to it. And my recommendation, as always, is just the minimum effective dose it takes to see results. And that minimum effective dose is just 500 calories. So just add a 500 calorie surplus to this number you just calculated from multiplying your BMR with your activity level, and the number you get will be your muscle building calories, how much you need to be eating on a daily basis in order to gain weight, specifically in order to gain around 1 pound per week. It's all explained right here if you tap on calorie intake to gain weight. Basically, 3,500 calories is equivalent to 1 pound, and by eating in a 500 calorie surplus every day of the week, you come out to 3,500 calories in a week. That's 500 calories multiplied by 7 days a week, equaling 3,500 calories. Again, 3,500 calories translating to be equal to about 1 pound of body weight. Very simple, right? And before you go thinking, wait a minute, just 1 pound of weight gain per week? Are you serious? I want to gain more. No, you don't want to gain more than that, because by aiming within that 1 pound of weight gain per week, again, you're making sure that you're optimizing your weight gain to make sure that the majority of what you gain is pure muscle and not unwanted fat. Very, very important. Keeping it down to that minimum effective dose is going to help you minimize fat gain and maximize muscle gain. That's what you want. You've got to be smart about this. And most importantly, you have to be patient. Building muscle takes a long time. All these stupid things about 30-day challenges, pack on 10 pounds of muscle, pack on 30 pounds of muscle this summer, that's all complete bull, man. Don't buy into that. That's ridiculous. Unless you're on gear, there's no way you're going to be able to do that naturally. And even on the roids, a lot of that stuff would be impossible still. So you've got to keep things in perspective. Now, of course, if you're a hardcore noob who has never worked out before, especially if you're young and still growing, it's not uncommon to experience larger gains than 1 pound per week. In fact, it's completely normal. So you want to make sure you're tracking your progress every single week. You want to use the scale to make sure you're gaining weight at a good pace and not doing it too fast, because that's going to lead to fat gains. And you want to use progress pictures to make sure if you are experiencing these large weight gains that they aren't fat gains. Observe the pictures week to week, and you could basically get a good look and say to yourself, okay, I'm getting a little fat. Let me cut down the calories a little bit. I might be eating a little too much. Let's cut it back a little. So learn how to go at a nice steady pace. Slow and steady wins the race. Keep a steady pace. Don't try to rush things. Take your time. Be patient, okay? It's very, very important. Learn how to track your progress properly. Don't get fat, please, at all costs. All right, now that you've got your muscle building calories figured out, it's time to move on to the final step, step 3, and figure out your muscle building macros. Now again, in the last training video, all these complex equations you had to do for every single macro. Here, you don't have to do any of that. We're gonna use another tool that makes this whole process so much easier and so much faster, so much simpler to calculate these numbers for yourself. So let's do it. All right, here it is, MyFitnessPal, and I rave about this thing all the time. It makes life so much easier when it comes to finding your muscle building macros and actually tracking your calories and your macros, what you eat on a daily basis. This thing is going to be your best friend in your muscle building journey. I've got it here up on my laptop. You can also download this app to your smartphone. That's my favorite way to use it. But if you don't have a smartphone, it works exactly the same on the computer. But I'm going to demonstrate using this tool on my smartphone. So again, if you don't have one, just follow along on the computer. Now, what you want to do here is tap the menu icon, and it's going to bring all these different options up. What you want to look for is goals. So go ahead and tap goals. And from here, it has a bunch of different information you could enter, from starting weight to current weight to your goal weight to your weekly goal, your activity level, basically everything we already just calculated. So go ahead and pump that information in there. Once you have all that information dialed in, you want to head down to nutrition goals and tap on calorie and macronutrient goals. And basically here is where you're going to get your macronutrients calculated in the quickest and easiest way ever. So you want to enter your muscle building calories into calories. Whatever number you came up with in step 2, your muscle building calories, enter them right in here. That's how many calories you're going to be eating per day. Once you have that entered, go ahead and tap on any one of the macronutrients. It doesn't matter, carbs, protein, or fat. And it's going to take you to this screen where you can calculate them. All you have to do to calculate these numbers for yourself is scroll these percentages to your desired values for each of them. And all you have to do is make sure they all equal out to 100%, and you'll have them calculated for yourself. This is literally the fastest and the easiest way to calculate your macros. It takes all the stress out of it, all of those crazy equations out of it, and makes it so quick and so easy. I love this. It's insane how simple and how easy this is. Now again, my general recommendation for your macronutrient breakdown is as follows. For protein, all you need is 0.6 to 0.9 grams per pound of body weight. That is plenty sufficient in order to build muscle. All this crap about needing 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight is complete crap. It's pushed on you to try to get you obsessed with protein, get you obsessed with buying protein supplements. It's ridiculous bull. Don't buy into it. Just 0.6 to 0.9 grams per pound of body weight is plenty sufficient to build muscle. So that would fall right around 20 to 35% of your intake. Your carbs should be anywhere from 30 to 50% of your intake, and your fat should be anywhere from around 20 to 35%. Now, nailing down these macronutrients is essential because each of them plays a critical role in building muscle. You need each and the right amount of each in order to optimize your weight gain and maximize your muscle gains. Fat is essential because it heavily aids in testosterone production, and I don't think I need to tell you how important testosterone is for building muscle. It's huge. Carbs, they help fill your body up with glycogen. They're your body's main source of energy. Very, very important on a biological level, and especially important in order to have the energy to train at your most optimal levels. And protein, of course, that helps repair and rebuild your muscles after tearing them up during your training to come back and grow bigger and stronger. That's what's going to make you big. Each of these is important, so it's essential that you find the macronutrient breakdown that works best for you and your body. Use my general recommendations as a general rule of thumb to go by. Those are going to help you optimize your weight gain and maximize your muscle gain while minimizing your fat gain, which is what you're after. That's the best way to go about your transformation. It's going to give you the least amount of headaches and get you to your goals much, much, much faster. And once you have all of those percentages dialed in, it comes out to 100%, and you're good to go. And that's basically it, guys. Those are the 3 simple steps in order to calculate your muscle building calories and your muscle building macros that you need to be eating on a daily basis in order to start gaining weight and start gaining muscle. It was so easy, so simple, so fast. It takes all of the headaches out by utilizing these great, valuable tools we have at our disposal. Look how easy it is to calculate these numbers now. It's the simplest, it's the fastest, it's the easiest, and it's the most accurate method out there. And it's all in just 3 simple steps. So now that you've got these numbers calculated for yourself, start hitting these numbers on a daily basis. Utilize these tools, utilize MyFitnessPal. It has a huge database of food in there. Pretty much anything you want to eat, it's probably in there. So it makes adding it into your food diary and tracking your calories so easy. It'll tell you what you've eaten, how many calories, fats, carbs, and protein, and how much you have left to eat in a day. All of that information right at your fingertips, quick and easy, so you don't have any excuses not to make progress. I try to lay out these things to make it as simple and as easy for you to follow and to lead you to achieving your goals. That's what I want to see you guys do. So get out there, and do it. Until next time, I'll see you in the next training video.
If you enjoyed what you just learned in this free secret training video, make sure you join my priority waitlist for my full training course, Zero to Hero, the muscle building blueprint for skinny guys, where you'll learn my 20 skinny killing muscle building secrets for how to fully transform yourself from an average, pathetic zero into a ripped, aesthetic superhero. All you need to do is click the link on your screen, enter your name and your email, and you'll be all set for the next release date. It literally takes just a few seconds. So go ahead and do that right now before we run out of spaces, and I will see you in the next training video.